The date was April 1, 2024. The place was Albany, New York. And the matchup was everything the basketball world had been waiting for: Iowa versus LSU in the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. Clark versus Angel Reese. The rematch. Ever since LSU defeated Iowa in the 2023 national championship game, fans had circled this matchup on the calendar. That championship game had become one of the defining moments in women's basketball history. LSU won the title. Angel Reese celebrated with her now famous "You Can't See Me" gesture toward Clark, and the sports world exploded with debate for weeks afterward. But what often got overlooked was the respect between the two stars. Clark publicly defended Reese afterward, saying it was simply competitive basketball. Still, everyone knew another meeting was inevitable. And when Iowa and LSU both advanced to the Elite Eight in 2024, the anticipation became massive. More than 12 million viewers tuned in, making it the most watched women's college basketball game ever. From the opening possession, the game delivered. Iowa came out looking sharper, tougher, and far more prepared than they had been a year earlier. Clark immediately set the tone with an early jumper, and Iowa jumped out to a quick lead. But Angel Reese answered right away. She dominated the offensive glass early, grabbing rebound after rebound and creating second-chance opportunities for LSU. Reese controlled the paint while Clark controlled the perimeter, and the game instantly became the superstar battle everyone wanted to see. Clark drilled a deep three from well beyond the arc, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Iowa's offense looked explosive, with Kate Martin, Hannah Stolka, and Sydney Affolter all contributing early baskets. But LSU refused to back down. Reese began taking over the game midway through the first quarter. She attacked the rim, converted tough baskets, and created opportunities for teammates like Flau'jae Johnson and Mikayla Williams. LSU eventually erased Iowa's early lead and surged ahead late in the quarter. The momentum completely shifted. LSU closed the first quarter leading by 5, and Reese looked unstoppable. The second quarter became a heavyweight fight. Every Iowa basket was answered by LSU. Every run was matched with another run. Reese briefly went to the bench with foul trouble, and Iowa used that window to cut the deficit, but LSU kept responding. Then Clark caught fire. Late in the half, she scored on consecutive possessions to give Iowa the lead again. Her shot-making ability completely changed the pace of the game. Still, LSU stayed composed, and Flau'jae Johnson hit a huge basket just before halftime. The score was tied at 45 heading into the break. The atmosphere inside the arena was unbelievable. The rematch had somehow exceeded expectations already. Then came the third quarter. And Clark took over completely. She opened the half with a three-pointer. Then another. Then another. Every shot felt bigger than the last. Clark controlled the game with an almost unreal level of confidence and rhythm. LSU tried different defenders, different coverages, different strategies. Nothing worked. Iowa exploded offensively and built a double-digit lead. Reese kept battling, doing everything possible to keep LSU alive. She continued crashing the boards and fighting for every possession, but Iowa's offense was unstoppable during that stretch. Clark wasn't just scoring. She was creating everything. She stole passes, pushed the pace, found teammates for easy baskets, and dictated the entire flow of the game. By the end of the third quarter, Iowa had built a strong lead, and Clark had completely changed the game. Still, LSU kept fighting. Mikayla Williams hit big shots. Flau'jae Johnson attacked the basket. Reese continued battling inside and helping LSU cut the lead down again. But every time LSU threatened, Clark answered. Another three. Another assist. Another huge possession. It felt like she was controlling every moment of the game. Then came the final turning point. With under 2 minutes remaining, Reese fouled out. It was a crushing moment for LSU. She walked off after an incredible effort, having battled the entire night against one of the greatest performances the tournament had ever seen. From there, Iowa closed the game out at the free throw line. Final score, Iowa 94, LSU 87. Caitlin Clark finished with 41 points and 12 assists in one of the greatest Elite Eight performances in NCAA tournament history. The game instantly became legendary. It wasn't just because of the numbers. It wasn't just because of the rivalry. It was because the game represented something bigger. More than 12 million people watched two elite competitors perform on the biggest stage imaginable, and the quality of basketball completely lived up to the hype. It felt like a turning point for women's basketball. Clark and Reese would meet again soon in the WNBA after being drafted into the league just weeks later, taking their rivalry to an even bigger stage. But this game, Iowa versus LSU in Albany, was the night the entire sports world truly locked in. The night women's basketball reached another level. What a game. What a rivalry. And what a moment in basketball history.